What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here with another update video. This is for the week of September 10th to the 16th. And yes, immediately I realize that this is coming a little bit late in the week. We're actually about halfway through this week, but nevertheless, I figured better late than never. I still, of course, want to keep you guys up to date on everything going on with the website as well as the YouTube channel. And let's go ahead and start off with a little bit of discussion about this week's content. So far this week, we've been pretty steady in terms of the typical standard content. Starting off, let's talk about some StarCraft 2. I've been doing a lot of the StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm beta commentaries. About one a day is basically what I shoot for. On a regular basis, I shoot for roughly one a day StarCraft 2 commentaries anyways. More than usual, though. It's about 4 to 5 times a week that we'll see a StarCraft commentary. But, you know, with the Heart of the Swarm beta being upon us, and with so many people actually re-interested now in StarCraft because of the new units and the new maps and any of the changes coming with the upcoming expansion, I definitely think I want to keep on Heart of the Swarm commentary about once a day. Now, with that said, I've just got to talk about this for a moment. I mentioned this in one of my StarCraft 2 video commentaries earlier in the week. It has been hella difficult, and yes, I said hella. It has been so very difficult to find StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm replays. Let me tell you this, I've been doing StarCraft 2 commentary since the initial beta of the game, which was 2 years ago, back in 2010, and almost consistently throughout that entire span of time, I've been getting my replays from about 2 to 4 different replay websites. The most popular that I go to, though, are sc2rep.com and the Gosu Gamers website. So I typically go to these websites and pick up replays that are posted there, and it's always from pro players, a lot of times from various tournaments, or even just from ladder games. However, since the beta started for Heart of the Swarm, there has been zero, count it, 0 replays from the beta posted on any replay site. I have literally checked like 10 to 15 different StarCraft 2 replay sites. And it's not like there's a plethora of StarCraft 2 replay sites. I mean, really, it's most beneficial for people who like to analyze replays or casters, and that's it, which that's not really a large audience. I would say most people who like to watch StarCraft 2 prefer to watch commentaries than a raw replay. So I realize that the demand for this type of thing isn't that high, but these sites that have been consistently posting StarCraft 2 replays for 2 years now have posted no Heart of the Swarm replays. The few Heart of the Swarm games that I have done commentaries on, I got a pair of them from Eon Shikino. He's a good friend of mine and another caster of StarCraft here on YouTube, so he gave me a couple replays of White Raw, and then I also got a couple replays from someone from the Team Liquid forums. I basically put up a post that said, hey guys, I need StarCraft 2 replays, so if you are a pro player, if you played against a pro player, send them to me at my business email, and I'll be happy to commentate it and throw it on YouTube. But besides those 2 sources, that is it. And I'm running out. I only have one more replay that I haven't commentated, and then beyond that, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be scrounging again. So I'm going to say this right here. If you're a pro player and you happen to listen to something like this, or if you know a pro player, or if you play a pro player in the Heart of the Swarm beta, send me some replays. I will commentate them. I mean, I'll commentate freaking whatever. And no, I'm not going to commentate low league stuff, and that's not to bash low league players. It's just to say that content isn't as interesting for a majority of the viewer base. They want to see players more skilled than themselves. I think that's where the interest in esports even comes from in general. So that is the type of thing that I plan to commentate. But yeah, if you or anyone you know happens to play against or knows or anything, get me some replays. My email is force@forcestrategygaming.com. Once again, that is force@forcestrategygaming.com. And I am starving for StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm beta replays. Yes, I know that is me begging, whatever. If you don't like it, shut this video off. Get the hell out of here. Alright, beyond StarCraft 2, I've been coming out with a few, I got a Skyrim video this week, as well as a Magic the Gathering video. Both those series continue to do well, although Skyrim is a little underperforming in terms of viewership. I guess just the interest is no longer there, although the series is still fun for me, and I love the character of Ekroth, as evil as he is, so I will continue to do that. And Ekroth may actually carry over into other games in the future. I think that's definitely a possibility. He's just so much fun to play around with. Yeah, Lots of fun. Now, Magic the Gathering videos, they continue to do very well. I don't know what it is, but people love watching that content. And you know what? I love the game, digital or the actual physical card game itself, so I will continue to produce Magic the Gathering videos as long as people continue to watch them. Besides that, the force feed, of course, has been going on, and I've been really happy with the production this week. It's been happening every single day, which ideally, the force feed should be Monday through Friday, so 5 videos a week. That is my ideal schedule for that show. And I think the closer I can get to accomplishing that on a weekly basis, the better the show is going to do. You know, the force feed does pretty well, but given the amount of time that I put into it, it's kind of a toss-up, you know. The average force feed video gets between 20 and 30,000 views after a couple of days. That's basically where they typically settle. And while that's a fair amount, especially if it gets closer to 30,000, the amount of time and effort that goes into those videos, it doesn't equate to the type of views that I get for, say, doing a Magic the Gathering video or for doing a StarCraft commentary. You know, I get 10 to 20,000 views doing a StarCraft commentary, but it takes a sixth of the time. The StarCraft commentaries are so easy to do and they get so many views, and I put so much time and effort into the force feed, and it only performs slightly better than those types of that type of content, and it makes me wonder. But don't take that the wrong way, because I have a feeling that there's so much value in the force feed, not comedic value, because that's just a throwaway, but there's so much value in the force feed in terms of the information, and I think the production and the time that I put into it, that if I stick to a regular schedule, and if I can do it Monday through Friday on a consistent basis from week to week, from month to month, from year to year, that over time it will sort of snowball and grow a large amount of viewership. Now that's what I'm thinking. If I do this, if I get on a regular schedule, which I want to be, and do it Monday through Friday, and after a year it's still sitting or even dropping in viewership, then I'm going to have to switch gears, because it's clearly not picking up an audience. But if it does start to pick up, which I think it will, then great. So that's my plan anyways. That's the force feed. And that's basically what's been going on this week. Now for new releases, not a whole heck of a lot going on this week. It's actually been a pretty slow week in the week of PC gaming. Earlier, I took a look at Intrusion 2, which is a side-scrolling platforming shooter, very much like Metal Slug. If you haven't taken a look at that video and you like Metal Slug or any of those types of games, or you're moving left from right and shooting things, check out the video. The game is actually a heck of a lot of fun. It was made by a single guy, which absolutely blows my mind. But he did a pretty good job. The game's got some physics action in it. It's got some hilariousness and some epic moments. You get to ride around on a dire wolf. Need I say more? Yeah, so check out that video if you haven't already. Pretty interesting game, and you know, I would suggest it for people who like that genre. Also, besides that, the only other real thing coming out this week is Trist. Now, Trist is a RTS game. It's a, let's go ahead and read the description off of Steam. It is a competitive real-time strategy game that aims to provide a unique, fast-paced spin to the established strategy model that combines player choice with unit customization. So that is coming out tomorrow. However, it's coming out tomorrow at 1 p.m. and because of that, I'm actually not sure if I'll be able to cover the game. And I'll tell you why. Tomorrow afternoon, sometime around 2 or 3, I plan to leave. I'm heading down to Boston. I'm going to a concert with my longtime girlfriend, and we're going to be seeing... What are we seeing? Some stupid band that she likes. Block Party, that's who we're seeing. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, but you know what? If she wants to see him, we'll go see him. That's fine. It should be fun regardless. But yeah, we're going to be heading down to Boston tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be going to the Block Party concert at some place and staying in Boston overnight, and then coming back most likely on Sunday. Chances are on Saturday. Most of my family lives between where we are, and I live basically in the central coast of Maine. I live around Bangor area right now. So we're driving all the way down to Boston, which is like 4 or 5 hours. And then on the way up, we're going to stop in New Hampshire, where my family and her family lives, to just visit them on Saturday. All this information not important to you. What is important to you is that I'll be back on Sunday, and chances are on Sunday I'll be able to get back to doing some regular work. When we do something like this and I miss like half a day of work, leaving at 2 in the afternoon is basically me missing half a day of work on Friday. I try to make up for it on a weekend day. So Sunday I'll probably be making a couple videos as well. But yes, for all these reasons, I wanted to mention this because since I'm leaving so early on Friday, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to Trist in time. This new upcoming RTS, it doesn't release until 1 in the afternoon on Steam, and if I'm leaving at 2 or 3, I don't think that's enough time to play the game, understand the game, and then make a video on it. And then after that, I need to edit it, and render it and then upload it, there's not enough time to do that. So I might get to Trist on Sunday. If not, I'll see if I can do it early next week, or if more things come up, I might just skip it altogether. But I am a little interested to see what this game's all about. And also with that, I'm not 100% positive about the force feed on Friday just because of this messed up schedule, because of the fact that I'm leaving, but I'm going to try to do it in the morning. That's my current plan. I actually don't have a lot on the table for Friday in terms of content, so I might be able to get it done. Fingers crossed I'll be able to. For all the reasons that I just was talking about the force feed and the importance of keeping it going on a regular schedule. Yeah, but besides that, again, there's not a whole lot going on in PC gaming. There was the Battlefield 3 Armored Kill DLC. Also, the Battlefield 3 Premium Edition was released this week. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Collection 3 Chaos Pack came to Steam. Actually, I believe it's coming today. And that, besides that, yeah, there's Trist, and we took a look at Intrusion 2. Oh, also, the Ghost Recon Online Arctic Pack came out on Wednesday, which was yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Now, Ghost Recon Online, although the game doesn't seem to have really picked up much steam, I haven't been hearing much about it. It was really fun. I did 2 or 3 videos on it a couple months back, and it's a really, really enjoyable online competitive third-person shooter. I mean, I think they did a great job with it. If you're interested in third-person shooters, I would check out Ghost Recon Online. Again, I did a couple of videos. If you just YouTube Ghost Recon Online Force, you'll probably see them come up. Or if you need to go more specific, just type in Force SC2. Or, of course, you can use this search right here on the YouTube channel. But yeah, that's a pretty fun game if you like that type of game, and I would suggest it. And so the Arctic Pack for that came out. Now, I haven't played Ghost Recon Online in months now, so I don't know that I'll be taking a look at that, but yeah, you know, I probably won't, to be honest with you. Not because I don't enjoy the game, just because I don't think I have the time coming up here in the next few days, and chances are other things will come up next week. Last big thing I really want to mention here in this video is for those fans of action RPGs, the Path of Exile Open Beta Weekend is taking place this weekend, starting tomorrow, September 14th, and lasting until the 16th. You can try out Path of Exile. They've done a couple of these. They plan to eventually go into full open beta, but this will be a good chance for you to check out the game if you'd like to try it out. It's pretty fun. It's pretty enjoyable. It's got some interesting systems. It's got a very dark feel for those people who sort of like that. You know, it's definitely in contrast to Diablo 3. Diablo 3 has its darkness, but just in terms of visuals, and actually where the actual light radius around your character in the dungeons is like absurdly small. It gives you a very kind of claustrophobic feel. So it's a pretty fun game. I took a look at it in the past. I hope eventually to revisit it in the future as well. Again, that's just one of those things that we'll have to see what happens. Alright, and finally, one last thing I do want to mention before we wrap up this video is I just want to talk about Smite for a moment. So I have done a video for every single currently available Smite god, and they recently put out, High Risk Studios recently put out a statement saying, I think it's like every 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, they plan to release a new god. So there's going to be new gods coming out on a regular basis, but even if it's 2 weeks, you know, one Smite video every 2 weeks is kind of lacking. I really, really like the game, and I'd really like to continue more content. I'm just kind of struggling to figure out what that's going to be. I've toyed with the idea of making like strategy guides. I think that that's something that could definitely be useful for people, but how many people would actually watch those, you know? And besides that, you know, I wish the commentary, the spectator features were in the game currently, because now that I've made a video for each one of the gods, that seems like the natural progression. That seems like the natural thing that I would do next, was to move into Smite commentary and try to do a couple of those a week in replacement of what I was doing, which was basically a Smite God feature video 1 or 2 times a week. So that, you know, that's something I will like to do. The feature's not there yet. Once it gets patched in, I'd love to do it. But until then, I am going to try to figure out what I would like to do in terms of Smite content. Maybe revisiting the gods, or maybe those Smite guides. We'll have to see. But yeah, I guess that's going to do it here for this update video for the week of September 10th to the 16th. Stay tuned for another update video early next week, ideally Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday is typically when I've got a good firm grasp as to what is going on in terms of content for the week, so it's basically a better day to try to get something like this done. But yeah, that's going to do it. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.